half-court matchup.
Oh, yeah. This should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Now the opening lineup for Atlanta. Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Karis LeVert is out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's Risache in at the 3, the small forward. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Back to Ingram. Barnes a screen. Ingram, the pass to Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
Here's Daniels. Offline with a 3. Here's Abaji. Here's Pirtle. Kicks it out to Barnes. Fires the 3. Okongwu with the rebound. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. LeVert outside. Uncovered. It's good.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
And you watch Dyson Daniels on the floor, Coach. He's everywhere on defense.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the best guys disrupting offenses and getting deflections. He gets his hands in passing lanes. Effort like that will always find minutes.
Here's Daniels. On the wing, Daniels. Shot clock at 5. There's a screen. Fires the 3. Counted from distance. Daniels has got 6 points.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Ingram with a screen on LeVert. Driving to the basket.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up the teammates.
There's the screen by Johnson.
Toronto foul. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
LeVert outside. Johnson on the wing. He's guarded by Barnes. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Hanging on the rim, just showing off.
That's how you extend the glory right there. Outside Ingram. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. Atlanta leading by 4. It's LeVert on the wing. 4-3. Nails it from 3. LeVert's gotten his second bucket.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
Ingram, the pass to Barnes. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Atlanta has gone 3 of 4 on 3s here in this first quarter. Here's LeVert. Rebound, Toronto. Outside Ingram. Beyond the arc. Fires in the triple.
Look at how smooth Ingram's shot is. Hard off the pass, he puts up a silky jumper.
Pass to Okongwu. They set the pick. Buries it down low.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
The shot by Ingram, no good.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
Daniels passes to LeVert. The 3 from Risache. Abaji with a rebound. Raptors trail by 6. An open look for Ingram. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Ingram's got 5 points.
The crafty play there by Ingram, using the pull-up jumper to beat the defense.
Here's Okongwu. Dick brings the double team. It's stolen by Pirtle. Barnes passes to Abaji. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Now here's Ingram. He's got 5. The drive, and a slam dunk by Ingram.
The length of Ingram is something else. Gets up to slam it in a second's notice because of it.
Picked up by Okongwu. Here's Daniels. The layup off target. That's tipped. Here's Risache. Pass to Okongwu. From behind the arc. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter in a tie. Stay with us now. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, what stands out to you from Toronto in this one?
You know, they've been relentless in how they attack the paint.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second. Trae Young out there with Terrence Mann. Then there's George Niang. Then it's Larry Nance. And it's Capella in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Barrett, 4 on the clock. Blocked again!
The great timing on the denial by Capella. Able to get a piece of the ball on that one.
Atlanta's gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. And a deep 3 from Young. A quick shot there. It's off target. The Raptors shooting a nice 50% for the game. From the baseline. Pass to Mobo. Here's Battle. And again, no good by Toronto. Here's Mann. There's the drive. Oh, powered down with both hands.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
Boucher, no good. And Young has got the ball here for the Atlanta Hawks. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Capella screen on Boucher. Niang connects from downtown.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
There's Young with the 3, and Atlanta hits again from deep.
And they're building up steam, getting out in front and trying not to look back.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Here's Battle. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. A shot to stop the run, and that's 2 points on the layup. The Hawks lead by 6, and keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in. They're working. They're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Alec. Stan, LeBron James is widely regarded as one of the most intelligent players in the league. Who else stands out to you as far as basketball IQ?
No, Brian, that's a tough question. There's so many of them. Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic. There's just so many intelligent guys in this league. Fans that think it's all about athleticism don't understand how intelligent the best players are.
Oh, 3 chances on that possession, but they just can't find a way to score. Here goes Trae. The 3. Here's Capella. Robbed. In transition. Here's Barrett. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. That's on George Niang. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
Hits the 3-pointer. Man's got 5 points now in the quarter.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Here's Battle, guarded by Young. Boucher on the screen. Pass to Mobo. There's the three. The rebound by Atlanta. Capella's got 4 rebounds now. Quickly against Young. Count the basket. And it's an 8-point Atlanta lead.
Courageous play by Young. I mean, he goes inside and gets past the contact to his shot.
Here's Boucher. Here's Battle, guarded by Young. Shoots from the baseline. The three. Mobo gets the bucket. Mobo's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. That's the screen. Here's Young. It's rebounded by Barrett. Raptors trail by 5. Here's Battle. Barrett passes to Quickly. Boucher outside. From behind the arc. Doesn't go that time. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Hawks ahead, up 5. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Boy, without question, Brandon Ingram displaying his skills today.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
We've got Brandon Ingram, Jakob Poeltl out there with Chris Boucher. Then there's Dick, and it's Abaji in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic.
It's hard trying to match up with Ingram, especially when he's looking to score inside.
Coach, when you talk to Ingram's teammates, they always bring up his remarkable work ethic.
Well, Brian, Brandon Ingram works hard. He loves the game. He wants to be great. He spins a lot.
And they're not happy with the call here.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
In such a close contest.
Shooting for
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Scotty Barnes is checked in for Boucher. The free throw drops for Johnson. And Johnson drops them both. And you played for several different coaches with very different philosophies, Grant. Did you have a favorite system?
Well, you know, B.A., I did. I played 19 years, a number of different coaches, but the 8 seconds or less offense back when I was with the Suns as a player, you want to run, and honestly, it's so much fun getting up and down the court.
From 15 feet away. And the dunk by Poeltl.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand. Back to Daniels. And the bucket is good. Daniels has got 8 points.
Yes, slick play call by Daniels. Pick and rolls give him room to operate, and he does not waste it at all.
Here's Ingram. And he was fouled while it ended. A game this close, they're going to challenge that.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Another look at the monitor.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
The first one falls. It's both from the stripe.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
The Hawks lead by 3. On the wing, Daniels. He's guarded by Barnes. Oh! Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass. Oh, got a piece of it. And that'll be Toronto's ball as it goes out of bounds. Raptors able to keep possession.
He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Barnes, no good.
Ooh, old school right there. No easy buckets.
It's Daniels with a drive. Pass to Rizachet. The deep 3.
Atlanta foul. Daniels. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Raptors trail by 5. Outside Barnes. And here's Ingram. Back to Barnes. Now Pirtle. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got his 4th rebound in this one. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Guys, Scotty Barnes said, my game starts on the defensive end, guarding anybody and taking pride in it. That leads to great offensive transition and just leads me to stay on lockdown throughout the game. Brian?
And Allie, for all his offensive gifts, that focus on defense is what makes him special.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
And Coach, with Okongwu adding a 3 to his game, it's hard to keep him off the floor now.
It is, Brian, and he can do a lot for a team when he plays. He can now spread out the floor. He can guard multiple positions. But the main thing Okongwu does is he is all over the glass.
Back to Ingram. Tries it from the top of the key. Atlanta with a rebound. Okongwu's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Daniels. Down low. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Abaji, pass to Dick. Outside Ingram. Knocked loose. Pirtle finds Ingram. Drills it from deep. Ingram's got 7 points for the quarter.
Yeah, Ingram is having a great night so far, playing passionate offense and finding lots of quality looks.
Here's Daniels. No good on the 3. And Ingram has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. 7-point differential. Pirtle with a screen on LeVert. Ingram against LeVert. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Rebounded by Johnson. Atlanta leading by 7. Pass to LeVert. Barnes with it. Now Okongwu defending. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Ingram. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. That one on Johnson.
Yeah, nice fake by Ingram. setting the defender up to fail.
For Toronto, Brandon Ingram. 2 shots.
Good on both. There's 14 seconds left in the third. Nance with a screen on Barrett. Pass to Capella. 1 second left, and it's Capella with the jam.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out. That's a careless pass and a wasted possession. That's just unnecessary.
And we've reached the end of the third. Atlanta on top. They're up by... And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Hawks. We've got Trae Young. He's out there with Terrence Mann. Larry Nance is out there with Clint Capella. And it's Gay in at the 4-man position. Ingram, the pass to Barnes. Here's Mobo. Let's go with a 3. Capella with a rebound. Capella's got his 6th rebound on the night. The kick out to Nance. On the wing man. Fires from deep. Gets the 3 to fall. And the Hawks lead by 10.
And he's not taking it easy on them at all. I mean, we all know he's going to keep pouring it on.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
And during the first few seasons of Emmanuel Quickley's career, he was seen primarily as a scorer, Greg.
Yes, but recently has blossomed into a more versatile threat. The leap we've seen in his passing has been especially impressive. He's a player to watch out for moving forward.
Barrett against Young. Capella in the high post. And Capella gets double teamed. Oh, from deep. Gay's shot is good. Gay's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting them.
Ingram, pass to Barrett. Right side Ingram, kicks it out to Barrett. And out of bounds, Atlanta will have it.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
And the Hawks going with a whole new group out there. The Hawks lead by 11. To the middle. Pass to Rizachet. There's a screen by Johnson. Here's Rizachet. 3-pointer. Knocks it down from distance.
So good off the catch. The defense has to guard Rizachet better than this.
Here's Barnes. Offensive rebound. And here's Ingram from the arc. Oh, my. Came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Second team foul.
Hey, nice work attracting the foul from deep. He'll shoot 3.
And Stan, you got into coaching right after college. When did you know you wanted to be a coach?
Brian, that's easy. As soon as I figured out that I didn't have much of a future as a player, I knew I wanted to stay involved in the game. I wanted to coach.
The 3 from Rizachet. Albaji with a rebound. Raptors trail by 11. And here's Ingram outside. And again, Toronto, no good. Atlanta's gotten 3 threes to fall out of 4 attempts here in the fourth. From deep, Johnson sinks the tray. Johnson's got 9 points here in the second half.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Pass to Rizachet. It's stolen by Ingram. Here's Dick. Barnes passes to Pirtle. Now here's Ingram. The 3-ball. Atlanta with the rebound. Okongwu's got 6 rebounds in the game. 3-pointer. And Rizachet, the bucket on the assist by Johnson.
Yeah, get used to seeing that. Shea will be nailing threes for many years to come.
Here's Abaji. Pass to Dick. Just 5 to shoot. Off the mark there with a 3. The Hawks lead by 14. LeVert with the ball. He's picked up by Barnes. Here's a Kongwu. Second chance effort. That's good on the jumper.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Hawks.
Man, the bench brought lots of energy tonight.
I'll tell you, when your reserves can score it like that, it puts your team in a great position to win.
And they got a lot of great solo efforts tonight, but probably none bigger than the performance for Jalen Johnson.
Well, that work he's shown on the glass has been spectacular. You love to see that as a coach.
And there's the call on Scotty Barnes. That's foul number 2 for him. Boucher's checked in for Toronto.
First team foul. Now into the lineup for your Raptors.
The kick out to Johnson. Here's Daniels. Knocks down the long J. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Hawks?
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And they've also been so active defensively, getting deflections, forcing turnovers, and scoring off of them.
Daniels. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Picked up by a Kongwu. Here's Daniels. They get it back. Oh, the dunk by a Kongwu!
Excellent effort on the road. They've literally sucked the energy out of this arena.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
Just let the clock run out.
Hey, it's time to celebrate.
From outside the arc, connects from downtown. And the Hawks lead by 21.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
That shot off. So we see the Hawks taking the W here. This one wasn't even close. Allie, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll...
But eventually, I'll get there. I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked.
should be... Plenty of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
So the opening lineup for the Heat. In the post, it's Jovic and Adebayo. Mitchell is out there with Tyler Hero. And it's Wiggins in at the small forward position. Now Barnes. After Tyler Hero's three-pointer that didn't go. Ingram wide open. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Ingram's got the first points up on the board here for Toronto. Hero passes to Jovic. Adebayo with the screen on Barnes. Loads it up for Adebayo. No good on that one.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection.
Yep, we thought we might see it.
First team foul. This play is under review under NBA
To some of the more difficult calls to make. Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And Grady Dick gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Outside, Hero. The three. Knocks down the three ball.
And look at how confident Hero is from range. He'll take that shot whenever possible.
And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well-deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city, plus he's already got a street named after him. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
The kick out to Barnes. Lock at 6. Back to Ingram from deep. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. Barnes has got 3 assists in the game. Here's Hero. 5 points in the game. And the layup's good off the glass. Hero's got 7 points in the game.
Oh, and the touch on the interior. Hero can hit jumpers as well as capitalize and close. And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Darko Rajakovic.
I asked Coach about facing off against Bam Adebayo, and he told me the dangerous thing about Bam is his versatility. He's able to play different roles for his team depending on the matchup. That versatility makes it difficult to game plan against him. Guys?
Thank you, David.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Jovic. Misses the 3.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
Pass to Dick. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Now here's Ingram. He's guarded closely. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
And loving when Ingram uses that length down low, not settling for the jumper.
Great open look there. He's got 5.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Pirtle finds Ingram. The kick out to Barnes. Shoots the three. Miami grabs the miss.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
Outside, Hero. Pass to Jovic. Adebayo the screen. No good on the triple. And it's Barnes with the ball for Toronto. 4-point game. Here's Abaji. Barnes with it. Picked up by Hero. Shot from 12. Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
I'm not sure which was better, Pirtle screen or a spinach, but either way, nice execution in the roll.
There's the pick. Here's Mitchell. And he uses the glass on the layup. Mitchell's got 7.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Barnes. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
Substitution on the court.
Up in time. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Brandon Ingram. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Toronto.
A lot of high motor play from them in this one, allowing them to kind of charge through the defense and find good looks.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
On the court for Miami here in the second, we've got Alec Burks. He's out there with Robinson. And it's Ware in at the 5, down low. Just 5 on the clock. Robinson for 3. Mobo with the rebound. Raptors leading by 4. Battle pass to Barrett. Boucher sets a screen for Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
Wow, the hammer by R.J. Barrett. How about that athleticism?
Burks against Quickly. And the call will be against Emmanuel Quickly. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Burks the pass to Ware. Robinson with it. 6 to shoot. From outside the arc. Boucher with the rebound. Here's the Raptors with the ball. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Handle. Pass to Boucher. Barrett with the ball. Marquez defending. And R.J. Barrett gets the 3. Barrett's got the lead up to 9 now for the Raptors. Here's Highsmith. And that'll be 2 free throws coupled. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
Shooting for Miami. Haywood Highsmith.
To tell what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
He hits both from the stripe. Here's Quickly. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Barrett. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
This guy is a committed scorer. You get physical with R.J. Barrett. He knows how to stay under control.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
was a little bit of a battle for him all season long. Last year, only shooting about 71%.
Here's Highsmith. That three off the mark. Toronto leading by 10. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David. Jaquez with the screen on quickly. Jaquez outside. Has to wear. 5 on the clock. They need this. And the layup is good.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Doris, something R.J. Barrett can do well is put stress on that defense with his three-point shooting.
Well, he's a little bit of a streaky shooter, Kevin, but it never affects his confidence. This guy just keeps coming at you and keeps believing in himself. Historically, his shooting gets better over the course of the season.
Jaquez outside. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Jaquez has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Heat. Burks against quickly. It's Barrett on the wing. We've got 1:23 left to play in the first half. The Raptors need to get a shot up.
That's two things right there for R.J. Barrett. It's awareness and unselfishness. Pretty pass.
It's Jaquez with the drive. Off on the layup.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Up top, Barrett. 10 points for him. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Ware. It's hauled in by the Raptors. They've led by as many as 14 points. Here's Battle. It's good from long range. Battle's got the lead up to 14 now for the Raptors.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Latray. Ware, no good. Here's Toronto now. They're on a 17-7 run. Out to the wing. Barrett with the ball. Into the lane. Here's Boucher's terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Fans, direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fans. Half-court shot from. They're measuring up the shot.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Brandon Ingram has been sensational.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Then it's Brandon Ingram. Then there's Dick. And it's Abaji in at the 2. That's the groove starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic.
Oh, flashy play by Hero off the drive, turning his speed into airtime for a dunk.
And Pirtle has it in the corner. And here's Ingram from the arc. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And that one is hammered home.
And there's that vertical of Hero. Gets off the floor with ease and just hammers that one down.
And it's Barnes slamming it down.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Hero kicks to Mitchell. Driving to the basket. And the layup falls. Mitchell's got 9.
You know, one thing that has stood out tonight is his scoring. You know, he's kept attacking even when they've been trailing.
Here's Dick. No good with the triple. The Heat trail by 12. On the wing, Mitchell. Dick defending. And Barnes sends it back.
Boy, big-time denial from Scotty Barnes. Use that frame to your advantage.
Raptors moving the ball around. Barnes screen on Hero. And it's Ingram missing. Heat have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the hand. Jovic passes to Adebayo.
Toronto foul. Ochai Agbaji. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Outside Hero. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And this is why many are high on Hero. Possesses ability to kick it up a notch and just take over.
On the wing, Barnes. Ingram against Wiggins. Ingram attacking. Missed inside.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
And here's Adebayo outside. Drills the three-pointer. Adebayo's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Ingram passes to Agbaji. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big-time mistake.
Hero on the wing. 13 points in the game. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
One of those nights where the wheels come off, nerves seem to be playing a factor.
And it's a completely new group for Toronto. Quickly kicks to Barrett. Pass to Boucher. Fires for 3. And R.J. Barrett hits from deep. Barrett's got 13.
Well, you have to understand, spacing is provided when you can make threes. R.J. Barrett delivers.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. The game is certainly going international. Commissioner Adam Silver says, with basketball's exponential growth, it's now truly a global game. We're fortunate that the very best in the world want to play in the single league. And Kevin, the NBA continues to draw talent from all corners of the globe.
And David, you've been all over the globe, and the talent level undeniable. And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. The first free throw is good.
I think one of the things I most admire about R.J. Barrett's game, he can do a little bit of everything. He can score it, board it, pass it at a high level. This young man can play the game.
Pass to Highsmith. Robinson on the wing. Pulls it up. And it's Miami with another. 51 seconds left in the third quarter. Barrett the pass to back. Burks with the steal. In transition, here comes Miami. Tries the spin move. On the wing, Hakeem. Sinks the three-pointer. He's got 8.
Listen, this guy is not the most dangerous threat from there, but you have got to honor the shooting a little bit.
To the middle. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Boy, look at how confident R.J. Barrett is on the interior, right in his sweet spot.
He's made 2 of his 3 attempted tonight. And so Barrett nails both of them. The Heat trail by 9. Here's Burks. Outside for Robinson. There's a screen. Takes a 3. That shot, no good. He doesn't hit that one. And so it's the Toronto Raptors in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands. Well, he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. Alec Burks is out there with Duncan Robinson. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Well, Chris Boucher, the ability to score, even though there's bodies around him, that's an impressive finish.
Quickly against Burks. Outside Robinson. Shot clock at 6. The Heat need to get a shot off. Here's Ware. A rebound by Battle. Raptors leading by 8. They're at the pass to Quickly. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And it's Barrett penetrating. And Barrett slams it in.
This guy can finish with either hand. What a finish from R.J. Barrett.
Now Burks. It's rebounded by Barrett.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Quickly looking it over. Battle passes to Barrett. With the drive, and Barrett slams it in.
Excellent instincts from R.J. Barrett right there. Finds the gap, drives with confidence.
Burks dishes to Ware. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Toronto's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the 3-ball well. Pass to Battle. Back to Barrett. On the wing quickly. Barrett setting a pick for Quickly. It's Barrett on the wing. Beyond the arc. And Ware pulls it down. The Heat trail by 10. There's the triple. A three-pointer is right on target.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Pass to Quickly. And here's Barrett.
Remaining in regulation time.
With another miss. Miami's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Burks. And he dunks it down.
I think Alec Burks has proven in big moments he's ready to deliver.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. To the paint. Picked away. Now running up the court, Robinson pushing it up. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Here's Ingram. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
And this is what you want more of. Ingram has to keep being aggressive like this.
And he comes up with the deuce.
And, you know, some guys shrink as the game tightens. Hero calls for the ball. Clutch.
There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
Here's Adebayo.
And look who shows up in the clutch. The readiness of Adebayo paying off big time.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Ingram against Jaquez. It's good.
Boy, the bucket's been 5 feet wide for him. He's dropping everything in.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
23 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And here's Ingram from the arc, trains the three-pointer. And it's an 8-point Toronto lead.
A solid shooter from outside the arc. Ingram is fantastic at realizing when he should take those shots.
Here's Dick. From outside, off the mark. So it's Toronto winning this one. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
the metropolis of Atlanta, Georgia. It's the... Greetings and welcome to the... Well, Brent's... All right, we got a great front court matchup.
Yeah, this is a game, BA, I think that has been circled on the calendar. These guys are competitive, but there are positional rivalries that do exist, and the only way you can measure up is standing across from your opponent. We've got that here tonight. Who's going to get the best of who?
All right, now let's check out the starters for the Miami Heat. They've got Bam Adebayo. Tyler Hero is out there with Mitchell. Then it's Andrew Wiggins, and it's Ware in at the 5. Daniels sends it home from three-point land.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Pass to Ware, over to the left wing. On the wing, Mitchell. Here's Ware, guarded by Okongwu. 5 on the clock. On the push, here comes Atlanta. Oh, deflected. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
And so the ball out of bounds. Hero touched it last. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Quinn Snyder. We chatted about strategy against Andrew Wiggins, and Coach put it simply. He said, quote, "We just got to stay on him at the arc on the inside. We can't let him give our defenders the slip. So the defense is going to try to stay as glued to the nimble Wiggins as possible for this one."
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. The kick out to Young. Back to Okongwu. Picked up by Okongwu. The 3 from Riza Shea. The rebound by Ware. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. And out on the wing, Zach Riza-Shea has so many things scouts are looking for these days.
Yeah, B.A., this guy has tremendous potential as a two-way threat. Great length, good athleticism, and his jump shot could be elite.
There's the foul to try to stop the break, but that'll be a clear path foul. They'll get a free throw and possession here. Atlanta shooting their first free throws of the game now. And he drops the first. So he gets them both. All right, Brent, let me ask you a very important question. What exactly is Heat culture?
BA, Heat culture is about toughness and competitiveness. And if you step into that building, you better make sure that you're ready to be pushed and push the limits that, as a professional player, not a lot of other teams are willing to go. As soon as they find guys who enjoy that, and I'm not going to say torture, but it's close, those are the kind of guys who make it in Miami.
Hero outside. Pass to Adebayo. Adebayo, a screen on Young. Here's Mitchell. Rebound, Trae Young. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Riza-Shea. Shot from the low post is good.
And there's the ability to finish for Riza-Shea. Nobody scares him at the rim.
Here's Hero. And the layup is good.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Pass to Riza-Shea. Miami grabs the miss. Here's Ware. Hero outside. Here's Ware. Mitchell, the pass to Adebayo. And Jalen Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
It just wasn't able to set up in time.
Hero outside. And there's a pick. 6 to shoot. Here's Ware. He buries it from 3.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Here's Daniels, pounded by Wiggins. Pass to Young. There's a minute 34 left in the first quarter. Wiggins looking around. Now Hero. The kick out to Wiggins. Going inside. Oh, hey, how about that?
That's impressive.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
And how about the acrobatics from Andrew Wiggins? Way up that time.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now here's Adebayo. No made baskets yet.
And every bit of the body control right there for Adebayo out there going right through the contact.
At 6'9", Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers. Yet he is elite defensively, Grant.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game.
Hero, no good. And so it's Young with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. On the take. Here's Daniels. Rebound Miami. Ware's got 4 rebounds now. Miami trailing. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And a Conru with the block. And that's out of bounds. Miami will keep it. From deep, Mitchell. The rebound by Atlanta. To the wing, right side. There's a screen by Johnson. Over Mitchell. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
The way he was going over and through the man in front of him, he should have known the whistle was coming.
Yeah, energy is good, but not smart there trying to go through somebody on that play.
And so Hero nails both of them.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting... And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from Atlanta?
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong, and they've been hot from beyond the arc since the get-go.
They just couldn't seem to know what it was that they needed to do and how to stick them from outside. The defense pretty lost.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Alec Burks is out there with Duncan Robinson. Then it's Jaime Jaquez. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Jovic in at the 4.
Kevin Love showing you he's got a little vert getting up to the rim.
Now here's LeVert. Niang outside, inside, and out of bounds. The Heat will take it. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Here's a great quote from Coach Eric Spoelstra, who said, "The Miami Heat culture is a system based on discipline and hard work. We stand for something. That's competition. That's winning. We feel that there's a championship DNA that you can develop." And Brian, they walk the walk.
One of the great organizations in the league. Oh, are you kidding me? Wow!
Amazing! Man. B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. Here's Jovic. He's guarded by Nance. To the paint. Oh, stolen by Nance. To the inside. Pass to Niang. Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, partner.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Atlanta.
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
Got to give them credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
And Atlanta hits again from deep.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Here's Jaquez, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Big time two-hand slam.
And right on top of the defender, too. That's got to feel good. The Hawks leading. LeVert with the ball. Now Burks defending. His man over to the wing. LeVert goes against Burks. Just 5 on the clock. LeVert, a screen on Jaquez. Niang, that's good. And the Hawks lead by 4.
That's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Love for 3. The rebound by Atlanta. It's stolen by Love. 1:46 left in the second. Off with the layup. The Hawks lead by 4. LeVert outside. Nance the screen. LeVert passes to Niang. LeVert outside. Back to Niang. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Hawks need to get one up here. Launches it. And misses. Heat trail by 4. Outside Robinson. And he gets that one.
Robinson doing some work inside at 6'7". He could do that.
Atlanta's gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Nance with a screen on Robinson. Oh, the Hawks again cannot hit it. Miami has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter.
That was execution to perfection. Textbook transition offense.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Capella.
And that's where Capella's so dangerous. He slips off those screens and is such a big target to pin it.
Burks passes to Jaquez. The 3 is up. He drops it from range. Jaquez has got 9 points now in the quarter. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Outside for LeVert. Back to man. Nance left side. Back to man. Fires it from 18. Second shot opportunity. Here's Capella. No good with a layup. Here's Robinson. He knocks it.
2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
These teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got it off in time.
And of course, they want to make sure it was the right call, but I'm not sure how much it'll impact this game. We'll see.
What a performance for Jaime Jaquez. He's been the story for the Miami Heat, hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. Back after this. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Without question, Jaime Jaquez displaying his skills today.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
And you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Risache and Johnson, they're the forwards. Dyson Daniels out there with Trae Young. And it's a Kongwu in at the center position, locking down the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Quinn Snyder.
How agile was Wiggins on that drive, just threading the needle and got right to his shot.
And we have seen Andrew Wiggins step up as the second best player on a title team. But it's all about his consistency, Brent.
Well, Andrew Wiggins' role, I believe, changed last year. A little in and out of the lineup for Andrew, and the changes around him have not been ideal. Hope that he embraces whatever it is that the coaching staff wants him to lock in this year, because as a two-way player, Andrew Wiggins is still very capable.
Hawks trail by 5. Here's Young. Inside. It's Trae Young.
I don't know if any shot's a good shot, but Trae Young willing to take any shot he gets.
Here's Hero. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
Come on now. This kind of powerful finish gets guys going.
Yeah, especially when it's coming from your point guard. What a flush.
Yeah, great read, calls his own number, and then sends it home.
Kongwu with the bucket.
And Trae Young playing floor general here. So good and so quick at finding the open man.
Hero, the pass to Adebayo. Wiggins outside. Wiggins attacks. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of... And here comes the coach's challenge. He hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Here's Hero. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Hero comes into the game in attack mode, going right at the defense off the dribble.
And out of bounds, the Heat will take it. The Heat have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break. The ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Young. Fast break. Here we go. There's the screen by Johnson. Here goes Trace. Ooh, coming through again. Shooting 5 for 7 now.
And here we go. Trae Young doing his thing. Cooking with grease right.
Hero on the wing. Give him 8. And finished off by Adebayo.
This game has been like a seesaw. Both teams going back and forth at one another.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Hero outside. And it's a completely new group for the Hawks.
Substitution on the court.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Here's Jaquez. Capella with a rebound.
I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
Now here's LeVert, guarded closely. Outside man. 5 to shoot. Nance outside. His first shot attempt. It's hauled in by Robinson.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Making sure of it with the 2-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. And he makes it. Man's got 5.
Oh, nice ball movement by LeVert. A welcome sign for this team.
For 3, Robinson fires in the triple. And the Heat lead by 4.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You've got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Capella, the pass to Niang. On the wing man. The 3. Rebound by the Heat. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter. Burks passes to Jovic. 4-3. Capella with a rebound. Atlanta's gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. And Jaime Jaquez gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And here's LeVert for 3. And the three-pointer goes. He's got 6.
A good shooter with a smooth stroke. LeVert's ability to hit shots can take him very far in this league.
Love, a screen on Nance. Love passes to Jovic. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Jovic has got 5 points in the quarter.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And that's it for the third quarter. 3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. Hawks trail by 4. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth quarter. They've got Alec Burks. He's out there with Duncan Robinson. Jaime Jaquez out there with Kevin Love. And it's Jovic in at the 4-man position.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
NBA, that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And Jalen Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Team second.
Hero for 3. On target from range. And the Heat lead by 4.
Producing from behind the arc, that is huge stuff from Tyler Hero.
Right wing. Johnson inside. He's guarded by Hero. And Johnson gets it to go on the assist from Riza.
Cutting into this lead. They're well within striking distance.
Just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
Here's Hero. What a terrific move that is.
And a nice 6 cents back there from Hero using that pick and roll.
Okongwu, a screen on Jaquez. To the right side. Here's Riza. Adebayo grabs the board. Heat leading by 4. Pass to Ware. Here we go. Oh,
everybody up for that one.
Goodness.
You could just feel that coming.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Right side, Jaquez. LeVert goes against Mitchell. Shot clock at 5. The rebound by Atlanta. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Daniels. It's not going to go for him. Miami has gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. Jaquez no good. Hawks trail by 4. Daniels passes to LeVert. Over Mitchell. LeVert, that's good.
Even though he's young, Daniels tends to make the right decisions with the ball in his hands.
Pass to Ware. Now here's Hero. Here's Ware. From deep. Counted from distance. Ware's got 5 points now in the quarter.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
There's the screen by Johnson. Daniels passes to Johnson. Jacks up a 3. Sinks it from distance.
And just a huge answer right there with a 3 of their own. And the crowd now is in a frenzy.
Hero outside. Pass to Ware. Hero screen on Okongwu. Now Adebayo. Outside Jaquez. And he can't jam it through. Atlanta's gone 2 of 2 from outside so far in the fourth. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Oh, man. He got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open. And he slams it in one-handed.
Tyler Hero in the zone.
All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Heat.
But what stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
They've also put an emphasis on driving inside in this game. The defense hasn't been able to stop them from finding those gaps.
Pass to Ware. Outside Jaquez. Down low. the post. Off target at the rim. Big possession. They have a chance to take the lead.
It'll be interesting to see what they run.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Johnson a screen on Jaquez. The kick out to Johnson. 46 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Daniels, hounded by Adebayo. The three from Ricochet.
It's Hero's quickness on defense right now that's helping him to be effective.
Now Adebayo. Pass to Ware. Back to Adebayo. Adebayo sets a screen. Hero, the pass to Adebayo. Pocket four. Fades back. And he buries it.
And this is a huge step showing trust in Bam's play in the biggest moments.
Here's Daniels. Can't get the three to fall. So it's the Heat taking the W at a close one. And all right, Allie, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. So alongside Greg.
But eventually, I'll get there. I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice in the mirror, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the beer. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
Defense looking bad. inside in the paint.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Expect this one to be really physical. If either team backs down, they can just get run over tonight, but I don't expect that to happen. It's going to be a slugfest.
We love those kind of games. They're a lot of fun.
You aren't kidding.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Grady Dick is out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Ingram in at the small forward position.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
To the left side wing. Here's Rizachet, quickly covering. Back to Young. 6 on the shot clock. Lots of room. And he hits the jump shot. Young's got 5 now.
And we tend to focus on the outside shooting with Young, but his in-between game is just as neat.
Barnes can't get it to go. The Hawks with a quick start to this one. It's a 5-point game. And this past offseason stand was pivotal for the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, they've been at a crossroads, Kevin, every offseason since their Eastern Conference Finals run in 2021. But after missing out on the playoffs last season, changes seemed inevitable.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now, here is Young. He's got 5. The shot that time, not on target. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Ingram outside. Lets it go with the 3. Rebound by the Hawks. Young outside. And that one is good. 7 points in the game.
Nice job capitalizing down there. Young good at probing inside and finding some space.
Ingram outside. Barnes outside. There's the 3. Back to Dick for 3. Fires the 3. Barnes can't get it to go. The Hawks have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. LeVert from outside. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Young. Launches it. He can't get that one to fall. And the Raptors off to a slow start. They trail by 6. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And Young, a fiery competitor, someone who enjoys getting under the skin of opposing players. They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
And Rizachet, the prototypical size and skill for a wingman.
Yeah, he's got some jelly to his game. Handle, touch, at his size, that becomes very tough to contain.
And here is Ingram. After Karis LeVert made the last 3-pointer.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And the dunk by Capella.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Dick can't get it to go. And here's Atlanta. They're on a 19-4 run right now. And that one's good. Rizachet.
He's got a nose for the bucket. Rizachet ready to go once he got it.
Here's quickly. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
.114 left to play in the first quarter.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Here's Ingram. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
In working away from the ball, Ingram thrives in the catch and shoot. A player you have to stay connected to on defense.
Now, here is Young. He's got 11. Here's Capella. Pass to Rizachet. Rizachet sets the screen for Young. That one falls. Young's got 13.
Creativity and shot-making ability to spare. Trae Young is getting loose tonight.
And here's Ingram from the arc. Hits it from three-point range. He's got 6.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Rizachet sets the screen for LeVert. And a deep 3 from Young. Another miss by Young. Raptors trail by 13. Quickly with a wide open look. No good on the 3. It's Young on the wing. Dick defending. The 3 from Johnson. And Barnes sends it back. Out of bounds. Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession. LeVert from outside. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the... And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Atlanta.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
3 points. And not only that, their elite conditioning evident from the pace they're playing offensively, where they are getting out and running.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. They got R.J. Barrett. Robinson is out there with Walter. And it's Shed in at the point guard.
And I like that play. Nance on the roll. Great athleticism. Tough to defend.
Barrett with the ball. He's picked up by Nance. Barrett, no good. The Hawks leading by 12. Puts it up. The offensive rebound. Launches a 3. Krejci, no good. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. The 3. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Now, here's Barrett. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. From deep three-point land. Another 3 for Atlanta. Raptors trail by 18. Down low. Here's Okongwu. Here's Mann. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Jacoby Walter. This is his first free throw of the game.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
Now, here's Barrett. Stan, of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players. And it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
Will it go? Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got rebound number 5 here tonight. Daniel from outside. Clock at 6. Here's Krejci, guarded by Robinson. Raptors trail by 21. And finished off by Robinson.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Knocked away. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. With the CBA and new broadcasting deals both completed, Lead talk now turns to expansion. Commissioner Adam Silver says if you're a successful organization, I think it makes sense over time to continue to grow. There's no doubt that there are a lot of great cities we're interested in having in the NBA. Kevin?
So right, David, we could lay out 3, 4, 5 cities right now that would beg to have professional basketball. For 3, Nance. Okongwu kicks to Daniels. This one for 3. That shot off. Raptors have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Here's Shed. And with the rebound.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those two guys.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selection. They have to be set up for success.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
Here's Barrett. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Barrett's got 5 points so far.
Moves like that will help Barrett become a more well-rounded threat. Nice ball control.
Daniels kicks to Okongwu. Trains it from beyond the arc.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage. Nice pass inside, making things easy for him now.
30 seconds left in the first half. Inside, Daniels passes to Okongwu. Nance a screen. Pass to Krejci. A shot's good on the assist by Nance. Krejci's got 6 in the quarter. Raptors have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Now, here's Barrett. He's guarded closely.
Krejci, his first, team's first.
Barrett for 3. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks in complete command. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room because you're right. He's the problem right now.
The front court is Rizuche and Johnson. Trae Young is out there with Karis LeVert. And it's Capella in at center locking down the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. So with Brandon Ingram's height and his shooting ability, Stan, he can get about any shot he wants, can't he?
Yeah, Kevin, any shot at any time. You know, his ball handling is a lot better than people think. He can get to his spots on the floor. And a little bit like Kevin Durant, he can just rise up over people, and he's got a great ability to make really tough shots look easy.
What a fun player to watch. And so quickly, we'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Knocks it loose, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. Here's quickly. Raptors moving the ball around. Dick can't get it to go. Setting up the half-court offense now.
They've got to find a way, not enough ball movement or body movement when they get in the half-court.
And it's Rizuche missing. Toronto, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And slam dunk by Ingram.
And what an athlete Ingram is. Elevates up in the air with such ease for the dunk.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
His first.
Stan, I look at your list of players you've coached, some incredible scores along the way, including Brandon Ingram. Let's zero in on him. What makes him so good?
Well, Kevin, look, when you've got Brandon Ingram's size and then you have the ability to get where you want to go on the floor and you can just get to that spot and rise up above people and knock down shots, you're virtually impossible to stop one-on-one, and that's what Brandon Ingram has.
What a talent. And LeVert, here we go.
And just so good at reading angles. When LeVert spots a lane to the rim, he is all over it.
Ingram wide open. Rebounded by the Hawks. Johnson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Rizichet, quickly covering, and Rizichet, the bucket on the assist by Young. Young's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Ingram, changes up. Rebound by Johnson. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Young with no one around. Here's Capella, the kick out to Young. Over quickly. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And that's now 20 points for Trae Young.
Ooh, that is a tough shot.
And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Young with the steal.
Well, that's just a great feel for where the ball was going. He got himself in the right place and made the steal.
The Raptors have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Near the three-point line, it's Ingram.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Pass to Pirtle. Fires from the wing. And that one's good. Ingram's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And we've seen this type of effortless dominance from Ingram before, growing accustomed to carrying the load.
And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
It is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. And that one's good. Daniels.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Here's Walter. Still without a basket.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
On the wing, Nance. There's the pick. Pass to man. Oh, Nance in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. With some art, and it's good for 2. Daniels has got 15 points.
Well, you can see why he's a go-to guy for them. They trust in his ability to shoulder the offensive load.
Barrett, no good. Atlanta's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. To the inside, on the wing, Daniels. Nance down low. Robinson on him. Here's Mann. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Assistant, Dyson Daniels.
Here's Walter. It's Barrett on the wing.
Atlanta foul.
Toronto shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
2 shots.
And the second free throw, good. 8 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Krejci. Basket, good. He's got 8.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Atlanta. And of everything he's doing. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So the Raptors 5 right now. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Dick is out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Ingram in at the 3 spot. Barnes sets a screen for Quickly. Makes it off the glass.
Emmanuel Quickly.
Quickly's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Toronto. Nance a screen on Quickly. Daniels dishes to Nance. Daniels passes to Mann. Here's the screen. Nance. Pass to Daniels. And it's off from 3-point range. Raptors shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. So they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone right now. Quickly the pass to Pirtle. And the shot is good.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Here's Daniels, and the layup's good off the glass.
He's creating good looks and shooting very efficient.
Nobody near Barnes. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Johnson finds Capella. Capella sends a screen for LeVert. He had a nice open look right there.
And how about the playmaking skills of LeVert? I like watching this guy break down the D in the pick and roll.
And the dunk by Barnes.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Okongwu's checked in for the Hawks. Trae Young comes in for Rizache. Stan, I've always admired you come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, look, I loved being around the game, and so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number 1, I loved baseball and I couldn't hit one, so that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way, so if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much. Following in his footsteps. Terrific story. And that one's good, Barnes.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Daniels with it. Guarded now by Barnes. Howard down with both hands.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. And the foul on Dyson Daniels. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Mann's checked in for Daniels. Young with the steal. Here's the teardrop. Good work there as it goes. Young's got 11 points here in just the second half. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Hawks. Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And one other thing they have done well has been scoring in transition, looking to run whenever they can.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
For 3, Ingram. Rebound, Atlanta.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Atlanta.
The key here, guys, were second chance points.
And they pounded the offensive glass and won the scrambles for loose balls, giving them plenty of added opportunity.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Trae Young.
Yeah, you know, he was a man on a mission in this one. The defense had absolutely no answers for him tonight.
And they get it. And it's Ingram missing. Atlanta's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. LeVert from outside. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Young outside, takes the three. The shot, no good. Oh, and here comes Barnes all alone.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Young passes to Okongwu. Johnson, that's for two. Some solid defense from Ingram. Puts up a three. Wraps it in.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Thanks so much, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. So...
One of the things I've heard from coaches quite often is how effective a three-tool big man can be. When you can drive it, pass it, shoot it, score it, do all the things they can, it changes the geometry of the floor.
Now let's take a look at Toronto's starting lineup. Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Dick is out there with Emmanuel quickly, and it's Ingram in at the 3.
First team foul.
Heat on D. Quickly deciding where to go with it. He shoots it. Ingram finds Barnes. Outside for Ingram. Just 3 to shoot. Over Adebayo.
With the wingspan over 7 feet, Adebayo is a hard guy to score on.
Hero against Barnes. Throws it up high. And Adebayo slams it in.
And look how explosive Bam can be. Defenses can't do anything to stop him on the alley-oop.
After their title in 2019, the Raptors have struggled to stay among the league's elite stars.
Well, think about it, PA. The driver of that title success was Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry. Both of those players are gone. Very hard to replace players of that caliber. Almost inevitable they were going to take a step back.
You're busting his way inside. Hero making sure he kept moving toward the hoop.
Here's Ingram. Again, the miss by Ingram. The Heat have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Wiggins from long range. Pirtle grabs a miss. For Toronto, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Shot from the mid-range. The offensive rebound.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Here's Wiggins. No good from the wing.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Wing shot on the way, and that one's good. Ingram. Ingram's got 5.
Well, Ingram has great scoring instincts. He knows how to find shots and capitalize on them.
Mitchell, hits the outside fadeaway.
You know, being that wide open sometimes leads to a miss, but that fadeaway was money.
Outside Ingram, launches a 3. Here's Pirtle, back to Dick. Parked it down low that time, got hit with the 3-second call. The Heat have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Wiggins outside. Here he goes, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
That's a nice drive by Andrew Wiggins. Has an understanding of the game and knowledge of where to get to on the court.
Quickly passes to Dick. Lets it go from deep. Rebound Miami. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Just moments ago, Eric Spoelstra and I were able to chat, and he had nothing but praise for Scotty Barnes on the other side. He said Barnes poses so many problems because of his versatility. He can play multiple positions. He's unselfish. He's got great speed for his size. He had a lot of good things to say. Clearly, Barnes has a big fan here.
Thanks for that, Allie. Now here's Mitchell. He's got 5. That one drops for him.
And they're building on their lead, doing whatever they can to blow this game open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
And again, Toronto, no good. And it's Miami's ball. They're on a 13-5 run. Here's the 3. Misses that one. 3 for 4 from the floor. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Nails it from 3.
I'll tell you, Grady Dick can shoot for days. I mean, his confidence from beyond the arc is really incredible.
Here's Hero. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Hero's gotten his 2nd bucket of the game.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Here's Dick. On the wing, Grady Dick. 2nd chance shot.
Right here.
Goes back up. Rebound Miami. Ware's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. And Grant, the Heat last season retiring Udonis Haslam's number 40.
Yeah, he played his entire 2-decade career in his hometown of Miami. And for all of his contributions on the court, what he meant to this organization off the floor was just as important.
A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Ingram, the pass to Dick. For 3, Brandon Ingram. That one's good. Ingram's got 8.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Pass to Ware. Puts up a 3. Buries it from 3.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And so it's the Miami Heat finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Ever since this game started, they've been attacking on the inside, looking for ways to bust up the defense and get high percentage looks.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
They've got Duncan Robinson. He's out there with Alec Burks. Jaime Jaquez out there with Kevin Love. And it's Jovic in at the power forward. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Love for 3. Offensive board. Robinson passes to Jaquez. Tries yet again. Mobo with the rebound. Raptors trail by 6. Inside. Oh, and that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Miami ball.
Miami has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Burks passes to Jaquez. Pure from 3-point range. Jaquez has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pass to Barrett. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play. The quick look, no good that time. It's Jaquez on the wing. Back to Robinson. This one for 3. And again, it's Miami from deep.
Defensively, got to close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Here's Barrett. And again, Toronto, no good. Miami leading by 12. Up top, Robinson. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to go on Jaime Jaquez.
And that's a clever foul choice. I mean, cuts off the dunk and sends him to the stripe.
He hits the second from the line. Something this Raptors team does very well is move the ball doors.
Yeah, B.A., this is an unselfish group of guys. They like moving the basketball, getting everybody involved. Amazing when a team has everybody touch it, how good it feels.
Love passes to Robinson. Back to Love. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. Robinson can't hit. Raptors trail by 11. Here's Barrett. Another shot. Pass to Mobo. Rebound by the Heat. It's Jaquez on the wing, guarded by Barrett. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Love with the ball. Burks goes in, and that one good. And the Heat lead by 13.
Well, terrific quickness. The burst of Alec Burks looking strong inside.
Outside Robinson. For 3, Barrett nails it from beyond the arc. Barrett's got 5 points in the quarter.
The three-pointer becomes a very high percentage shot when he's that wide open. You better get a hand in his face.
Jaquez no good. Raptors trail by 10. Outside Barrett. Lets the three fly. They get the rebound. Pass to Robinson. Back to Barrett. Fires the three. Barrett missing again. The Heat have gotten only 3 of 9 attempts to fall in the second. Now here's Robinson. He's covered closely. And he banks in the layup. Robinson's got 5.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the three ball.
Outside Barrett. Pass to Walter. And he jams it home with authority.
Well, that's coming with force. R.J. Barrett, nothing you could do to stop that.
Burks passes to Jaquez. It's rebounded by Barrett. And Barrett has got the ball here for the Raptors. Trailing by 10. The lead now in single digits. He's got 9.
R.J. Barrett, a clever penetrator. He's got a number of different moves to get where he wants to go on the drive.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jaquez with a screen on Robinson. Love passes to Jaquez. Works for 3. And he can't get that one. Barrett with it. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's the Miami Heat up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. They've done well to disrupt the opposition, playing inspired defense. More 2K action in just a moment. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Nice game. Great performance by R.J. Barrett.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
So for Toronto right now, Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Emmanuel Quickly is out there with Dick, and it's Ingram in at the small forward position. Here's Quickly. Adebayo with the rejection.
Oh, gotta be cautious when Adebayo is in the area, showing once again that he's a legitimate shot-blocking threat.
Miami shooting their second attempt at the line tonight, and that one falls for Hero. Miami leading by 12. There's the triple, and the Heat, another 3.
Yeah, absolutely no hesitation from Hero. He shoots at will from range.
Pass to Barnes. They need this. And it's Miami with a rebound. Ware's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Mitchell drives in. Wiggins for 3. Pirtle grabs a miss. Pirtle's got his 5th rebound in this one. Raptors trail by 15. It's Barnes on the wing. Checked by Mitchell. Here's Ingram. Drew on the 14-footer. Ingram's got 10 points in the game.
The versatile nature of Ingram's shooting can be tough to counter. Even the mid-range is a good option for him.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
We hear players proclaiming their love for the game, but former sharpshooter J.J. Redick said there's a distinction between loving the competition itself and loving the game, and everything that goes into that. Guys say, I just want to play. Well, do you want to do all of the necessary things that lead up to that? Hey, Brian, 15 NBA seasons for Redick. He'd know.
He certainly would. Thanks, Allie. Hits the trifecta.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
look at how smooth Ingram's shot is. Hard off the pass, he puts up a silky jumper.
Well, Emmanuel quickly is a combo guard who impacts both sides of the ball, Doris.
There's no question about it. He's a floor spacer. He can create for himself or his teammates. And defensively, longer than you think and very mobile.
Adebayo, no good.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
And here's Ingram outside. Pass to Pirtle. Beyond the arc. The shot comes out.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
It's stolen by Barnes. Here comes Toronto on the push. Outside Ingram. From the arc. That's his 6 make and 11 tries.
Yeah, Ingram is having a great night so far, playing passionate offense and finding lots of quality looks.
To the middle. Here's Ware. Banked it in off the glass. Ware's got 5 points now this quarter.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Drains the triple. Mitchell's got 10 points.
Yeah, a versatile player. Hero is terrific at sensing when his guys are open.
And that one's good. Ingram.
And for so many teams in the NBA, establishing the three-point shot is goal number 1 on offense. He's definitely doing his part tonight.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Lets it fly. The shot by Ingram, no good.
And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
The floater can be a tricky shot, but that's the right choice.
Pirtle, the pass to Ingram. Pirtle with a screen on Adebayo. And here's Ingram from the arc. Kept alive. From downtown. Dick with a miss. Heat leading by 17. And here's Adebayo. And there are the Heat with another bucket.
And they're refusing to take a break, even with a nice lead. They just continue to attack. You have to love it.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
Miami has gotten 4 threes to fall out of 5 attempts here in the third. Hero for 3. Drops in the 3. Hero's got 12 points in just the second half.
Yeah, what an assertive move by Hero. Dropping an emphatic answer 3.
And here's Ingram from the arc. Here's Pirtle. Second chance effort. And the layup is good.
He got in excellent position, then takes it right back up.
7 seconds left in the third quarter here. Here's Hero. Up and in on the layup. Hero's got 19 points.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is
Tyler Hero has been on display for Miami, absolutely carrying the offense. He ends the quarter with 14. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. Tyler Hero is out there with Mitchell. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. And it's Ware in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group in the game for the Heat.
This team loves it when Pirtle can make an impact on the offensive glass. There's a lot of ways he can get his points, but this is an easy one.
Hero outside. Fires for 3. Rebound Toronto. Pirtle's got 9 rebounds now. The 3 from Quickly. And it's Miami with a rebound. Hero outside. Takes a 3. Hero with another miss.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too. Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Hero with another miss. Raptors trail by 17. And he's going for the oop here. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Ingram.
Yeah, just couldn't make the connection, but you appreciate their attempt at moving the ball.
And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Outside for Mitchell. They set a pick. It's rebounded by Dick. Toronto's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Quickly against Adebayo. And here's Ingram from the arc. And Hero grabs the board. Heat leading by 17. Wiggins outside. Back to Hero. Lets it fly from 18. Hurdle grabs a miss. Hurdle's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Quickly passes to Barnes. Quickly finds Barnes. No good from outside. The Heat have got 1 out of 6 shots to fall in this final quarter. Not ideal. Wiggins looking around. Yep, that one goes. And the Heat lead by 19.
Still being assertive. Wiggins right now calling his own number off the pick and roll action.
And again, Toronto, no good. The Heat have gone 2 for 7 from the field here in the fourth. Not great. Hero for 3. Rebound by the Raptors. Dick's got his 4th rebound in this one. The 3 from Barnes. Gets the 3 ball to go. Barnes has got his first 3 points of the game.
This is a huge part of Scotty Barnes' development. Can he knock down the long ball?
It's Wiggins on the wing. Adebayo is screened on quickly. Hero, the pass to Adebayo. And finished off by Adebayo.
Looking to close things out. That might have been the nail in the coffin.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Jaquez has checked in for Wiggins.
Number 11.
Miami leading by 18.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Heat.
And of course, they really dominated in the paint tonight.
They obviously came in looking to impose their will, attack the heart and soul of that defense, and it led to a lot of good looks.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Tyler Hero.
Well, unselfish basketball. His ability to create for others has been the story of this game.
Both free throws good from Ingram. Miami has got nothing to fall from outside the arc here in the fourth. 0 for 4. Adebayo is screened on quickly. Hero, the pass to Adebayo. Fader on the way. Jaquez, that's good.
With very little left on the clock, they've got a comfortable lead, and the fans are loving it.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Knocks down the triple. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Ware. Now here's Hero. The 3 is up. Hurdle grabs a miss. This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort. The B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. Ingram. And it's Miami with a rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Adebayo from long range. They get it back. Here's Ware. Can't connect from short range. So it's the Heat winning this one easily. Well, this might not... Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
But eventually, I'll get there. I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the beer. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Defense looking for
impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. The front court is Rizushea and Johnson. Trae Young is out there with Daniels. And it's Okongwu in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Ooh, there's some of that sweet touch that Trae Young brings around the rim.
Hero kicks to Ware. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Off target from outside. And so Young will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Driving in. Okongwu finds Johnson. Got a piece of it. And the foul on Dyson Daniel. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And so here is Miami. Here's Hero. And it's good, 2 points.
Fighting the inside defender, Hero really works to get to the bucket.
One thing you can pretty much count on with the Heat, Brent Barry, they're gonna grind it out.
Yeah, this team has always been built around tenacity and toughness. Even with the big three, with LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh, there was a bit of a metamorphosis with the way LeBron approached games. Kind of being hated on was something they embraced, and that culture demands that hustle accountability and will consistently be about their culture.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Now, Hero. 6 to shoot. And the foul on Dyson Daniel. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early. And just one more will put him over the limit.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Has to Ware. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Baseline jumper. Rebound, Atlanta. And here is Johnson. Now Young. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Great job by Young there, not settling for a jumper, getting that ball close in.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldrich. David?
Well, I was able to catch up with Eric Spoelstra a few minutes ago. Now, I asked him about trying to slow down Trae Young, and the coach said you have to get the ball out of his hands. He can hurt you with the pass and with his shot. I'm not going to be surprised if you see them blitzing and doubling him a good portion of the game. Back to you.
Thank you, David.
In the flash, Tyler Hero makes his way to the inside. Nice use of his athleticism.
We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. And you love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Now Daniels following Davion Mitchell's three-point attempt. And that one's good. Daniels has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
There's the steal. By himself, throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And it's Wiggins with the jam.
He's got so much vertical ability. That's easy for Wiggins.
Young pass to Johnson. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Defensive foul.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
Well, right now, helping the offense out by creating space. Andrew Wiggins deadly enough from that spot.
No coverage that time. Daniels has got 9.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Here's Ware. Scoreless thus far. Young against Mitchell. Riza with it. Pass to Okongwu. The kick out to Young. 5 to shoot. For Mitchell. Good D by Mitchell.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
And it's blocked. Here's Okongwu. No good on the last second attempt there. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
Now at the line, Alec Burks. If a player is fouled on a made basket as he goes to the free throw line, my call would sound like this.
So fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to do a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Love with the screen on LeVert. Hawkins with a wide open look. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. The Hawks leading. Here's Gay. Pass to LeVert. And there's the drive, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And just so good at reading angles. When LeVert spots a lane to the rim, he is all over it.
Here's Hawkins. Nailed from three-point land. Hawkins has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Not where he earns his money, that three-point shot, but he's a good shooter from that range if he's got space.
Here's Mann, and he goes in for the dunk.
A solid passer at his position. LeVert excels at finding his teammates when they're open.
Burks with it, and guarded by Capella. And Capella sends it back. Here's Gay, guarded by Robinson. And it's Miami with the rebound. It's Hawkins with the drive. That one, no good. Atlanta leading by 3. To the middle. Here's Gay. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Now catching the lead pass at full speed. Terrific anticipation. And the delivery on time, on target.
Mans comes with the double team. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Hey, Bones, what do you think is a part of the game that some casual fans don't really understand that well?
Well, Kevin, outside of the contest right here in front of us, let's think about the long schedule that teams are dealing with. How many times the coaches employ different lineups and strategies so that by the end of the year, they have optionality in what they can do on the floor.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And the 3 ball is good. And now it's an 8-point Hawks lead.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
They're just really pouring it on right now, trying to take away the opposition's motivation to keep competing in this one.
Nance against Robinson. And again, it's the Heat missing. Atlanta leading by 8. Now, man, 7 points in the game. Pass to Capella. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And the Hawks have been part of the play-in tournament 3 consecutive seasons.
Yeah, since that run, Kevin, in the 2021 conference finals, it has been tough sledding for Atlanta. They've really been stuck and middling in that 7 to 10 range, which is forcing you to play some tough opponents in those early rounds. They have not overcome that.
Man, count the buckets, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
At the line for the Hawks, Terrence Mann. 1. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules. 2 minutes
Also
are allowed
can tell
to
what
review the
constituted
play.
the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Burks the pass to Jovic. Miami no good on that time either.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. They set the pick. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Gay misses. The Heat trail by 13. It's stolen by Nance. Pass to man. Right wing. Nance a screen on Hawkins.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Here's Jovic. Robinson finds Hawkins. Good on the triple. Hawkins has got 6 here in this quarter.
Kind of like playing in the rec league, little to no defense on that possession, and the easiest three-pointer you can imagine.
Screen by Capella. Man can't hit. Miami's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Love outside. Love with the screen on Nance. Here's Hawkins. And again, Miami with the triple. 7 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Mann. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Mann's got 12.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
25. The Hawks. 36.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. They've got Andrew Wiggins. Mitchell is out there with Tyler Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in its center. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Mitchell outside. Jacks up a 3. And it's Riziche with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
It's Young on the wing. He's guarded by Adebayo. Trains it from beyond the arc. Young's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Hawks. Here's Wiggins driving inside. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist.
How agile was Wiggins on that drive? Just threading the needle and got right to his shot.
Here's Riza-Shea. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the geography.
The Hawks have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple. And I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
Certainly, DA is a two-way threat. The Hawks leading by 16.
Blocking foul called on Andrew Wiggins. First personal foul. Second team foul.
And the Hawks with possession here. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game.
Looking like your classic wing. Exactly, we should say 6'8", long, and can hit threes. A real modern swingman.
The finish. Finished off the break. Riza-Shea's got 5 points in the quarter.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
And the winner's mentality Wiggins has is commendable. A hard worker who wants to keep improving.
And one of those guys, Brent, who can take over a game, sometimes from beginning to end, is Trae Young.
It is remarkable, Kevin, especially at his size in today's game. It reminds me a lot of playing against Allen Iverson, a guy who could dominate the game as a small player, and that's what Trae is. But what he can do offensively, the instincts that he shows, the way he can get it going offensively, he's truly a remarkable talent in terms of a small guy dominating a big man's game. And you can see why this team depends on Young for a big chunk of their offensive production. This guy is a pure scorer.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Here's Wiggins. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Wiggins has got 11 points.
Getting Wiggins something in the catch and shoot, that's just good offense and keeps him in a good rhythm.
And he drives in. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here.
Atlanta ball.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look. Wow, that is just pretty right there. What a find for his teammate at the rim.
Okongwu with the screen for Young. And Davion Mitchell gets the whistle that time.
Davion Mitchell.
That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Team foul number 4.
And so it's Atlanta with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And here's Young from the arc. Here's Okongwu. Goes back up in the corner. Daniels.
Awesome defense. Just outstanding effort to reach his big hands in there and just rip the ball away.
Adebayo with the bucket.
You hear the word versatility so much associated with Bam Adebayo and his game. And the mid-range is coming along as well.
Count it. The defender is called for the block, and this could turn into a three-point play.
And they got to bring the double team on it.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. The Hawks shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. And the free throw, no good. And Love's got the ball here for Miami. 17-point game. Robinson on the wing, defended by Mann. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
So much talked about being undrafted out of college. How about Duncan Robinson and how far he's taking his abilities?
Larry Nance is checked in for Rieseshay.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor him.
Here's Burks. And he makes good on the layup.
Say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
Three-pointer, LeVert. And the foul on Alec Burks. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
And going back to his numbers from just a season ago, he was knocking it down at a 77% clip.
And he sinks the second. The Heat trail by 17. Burks kicks to Robinson from the arc, and the three ball is good. Robinson's got 7 points.
That's his game right there. Robinson, one of the more deadly shooters in the NBA.
And Nance, now atop the key. Capella against Love. Capella, the pass to Nance. Man with it. He's got 12. Just 5 on the clock. And the jam by Larry Nance.
This is a nice connection with Larry Nance Jr. Throw it his way. He'll take care of the rest.
Pass to Jovic. Ripped away. Fast break, the Hawks. Here's Gay. And it falls over the rim and in. He has 6.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. We've got Terrence Mann. He's out there with Karis LeVert. Larry Nance out there with Clint Capella. And Gay is in at the 4 spot.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Tipped away. Burks with the steal. Three-pointer. Hands it from downtown. Burks has got 6 in the quarter.
They start that play with aggressive defense, finish with aggressive offense.
Well, a lot of times coaches will tell you that if you play great defense, you're going to get a reward. It was a good possession all the way around.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Man can hit. The Heat trail by 17, and he lobs it up toward the rim, throws down the alley-oop slam.
Yeah, Duncan not only moves himself, he moves the ball quite well.
Duncan Robinson.
Out of bounds, Miami takes possession.
Substitution on the court.
Miami's gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Jaquez outside. Adebayo with a screen for Jaquez. Kept alive. Tries again. The shot by Adebayo, no good. The Hawks leading by 15. Here's Man, and there's the drive.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Daniel from outside. It's Adebayo with the rebound. And a wide open look for Hero. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo.
So fun when you make the right read on the break. Hero did so there.
And Okongwu slams it in.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Johnson finds LeVert. Hits the three-point bomb.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Three-pointer. Okongwu down low. Back to Johnson. No good on the triple. The Heat trail by 15. Here's Adebayo. And with the rebound. Hawks have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Three-pointer, Daniels. Gets in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Hawks.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
Hawks making a switch here. Shea checked in. Johnson finds Okongwu. Okongwu with a screen on Adebayo. Johnson can't hit. Miami's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Adebayo with the bucket. Johnson left side. It's good from long range.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
First team foul.
There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. They swipe it. There's the drive. Pass to Shea. LeVert from outside. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
At this point, they're just trying to get back and see you want to play a good brand of basketball.
Consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.